Aloha folks and welcome back to Hearts of Iron 4, the Bohemian Empire, of course, Fascist Czechoslovakia. Now, the war finds itself in a sort of a difficult situation. The British Raj is going to fall eventually, right? They are a major power now, even though they're fascist and, you know, haven't rebelled from their position as a colony of the British. But yes, they will fall, and the civil war in the US is obviously going terribly bad for our side. But again, we started this not to win. We had the hope that it might work, but the idea here is that we would actually go ahead and just cause damage to the US mainland, and also make it difficult for them to occupy this and have trouble with things of all sorts. I think they won't actually be able to build, or actually they might, but anyway, the thing is, we'll probably start a new coup eventually in a few years, if we get that far, and it's gonna be on the east coast, so it's gonna, you know, we're gonna damage both sides. Anyway, the point I was gonna make is that wait, let me think about it. Right, instead of focusing on building more units, and we already began this last time, we're actually going to start building paratrooper divisions. We are going to focus on having a much larger air force, and therefore I've also gone ahead and increased the production of airplanes, including close air support and interwar bombers, as well as transport planes. This is actually vital, so we're going to put this at the top. And yeah, because we're gonna be the air nation, even though we might not have the best technology at the moment, but we are in the technology sharing group of the faction, so we should have some bonuses. So this is really nice, and this is gonna take a while, but most of South America might actually become fascist because of our move here in North America. Even when the country surrenders, since they're in the Axis, they won't actually completely surrender, and the US influence of fascism will continue spreading in South America, at least. I wonder, nothing's happened in, they haven't actually done the focuses for, oh yeah, they did this, but they actually inherited it from the Democratic America. Experimental rockets are done. Does that allow me to build rocket sites? Yes, it does. What is the next tech we're gonna take? I wonder. Probably rocket engines, although radar stations might be nice. Actually, let's check this. We're pretty much done here. We need better airplanes. I think we're gonna go for... yeah, no, let's go for the rocket engines. So, we have already begun bombing southern England here. We just started, and here's the thing, bombing is actually pretty good because it will drive up our participation, and that would be really nice. I thought we had already gone through this recently, but yes, the Pax Americana has been established, which means this guy is going to intervene wherever there's a war in South America, may I add. You may also have noticed I finally created a separate army in India. Oh shit, oops, wrong army there, delete that. Yes, I finally created a separate army in India, and they're called the Pale Alers. Sounds appropriate. Alright, we're gonna make a rush down all the airplanes. It's pretty short research time here. Naval bombers, pretty useful for our invasion of Britain, of course. And then I think we're gonna go for strategic bombers. Tactical bombers, I'm not too certain. I mean, they're good. But yeah, I don't know. I mean, they can help in close air support, which is nice. But these are necessary for delivering a nuke. Anyway, let's do the naval part first. The Free American Empire has capitulated. William Dudley Pelley has announced that the American nation can no longer withstand the pressure from occupying British forces. Funny that it's British. Well played there. It's not Americans. They're still part of the Empire. Later on, when we fire the second American fascist civil war, I just realized it's a great way to deliver nuclear payloads. Like, we can actually build up a proper and become a nuclear power, start off a civil war in the United States, and then just fly the planes over, because they don't actually need to jump to another base in between. They just go directly. I also think it's time to begin an offensive here for Estonia and the Baltic States. We might actually go into Scandinavia as well. The resources are very much necessitated at the moment. After all, we are just... Okay, now we have iron for some reason, or steel, but we were short on it just moments ago. Does Estonia belong to the Estonian? Let us sack ourselves or ask ourselves the better question, does the future belong to the Estonian? Oh, right. Yeah, well, we want it. Oh, look, I had never noticed. Maybe this is a new thing, but seems like when the Germans actually annex St. Petersburg or Leningrad, it becomes, it's renamed to Ludendorff. I wonder if Moscow, no, Moscow is still the same. Does anything change over here? Maybe, oh, Hindenburg, yes, Stalingrad changes to Hindenburg. That's pretty smart. 38 American divisions have landed. It's a little bit worrying, but I think we'll be fine as long as they don't take the port. And the French and the Germans seem to be trying to meet that. Unfortunately, they seem to be attacking straight on, which is sort of stupid. They should be reinforcing Bordeaux instead. Anyway, let's go to war with Estonia. Legionaries Bulgaria joined the Axis. Yeah, I got a little bit of a heart attack there. I almost thought I was like, allies, what? No, yeah, no, they're in our faction now. So finally the Romanians and the Yugoslavs can remove their army orders from the region and focus on something else, hopefully. Oh, how I love rocket artillery. Look at that. It's beautiful. Estonia has capitulated. Wonderful. On to the next target. Oh, damn. The Americans have taken Bordeaux. And have now... They now have supplies in the region, which is annoying as hell, but pretty certain we can counter them. Justification for conquering Kuzem for the Bohemian Empire has completed. Let's go ahead and declare this war as well. We only have a few more slots to fill here, and I'm going to go ahead and take air superiority, or rather the military high command guy here, so we get defense, agility, and attack. Latvia has capitulated, and now, of course, Lithuania and maybe Finland, although I might have to help out the French over here. Alright, it's finally time. Let's go for nuclear weapons. The future of Czech warfare lies in mastering the power of the split atom. 350 days of research, but totally worth it. A few days ago, I just realized that we started losing a lot more airplanes. I think maybe the Americans, maybe the British started stationing more of their air force down in southern England, but we did some good damage. We can actually look at the total. The last months we lost 700 fighters basically and killed 1,500 of theirs. That already makes me pretty happy, to be honest. Poor Lithuania, you're also suffering the same fate as everyone else. And 2 days later they capitulate. Great news. Now, I don't accept the fact that there's still 29 American divisions here, so I'm gonna go ahead and send my force over there. It says that they're stronger, but we'll just have to wait and see. Alright, let's make a second model of this. Boost up the range, a little bit of ground attack there. A significantly higher max speed. I like balancing this out. I know some people like to focus on just having different types that focus on different things, but I like having a balance. And thus, in February 1945, we begin our fabrication of war goal against Finland. Our troops are on the way there, and hopefully we'll be able to just rush them. I mean, it's unlikely, but I think we can do pretty well. We are going to give Sergei Volchevsky, I think, command over the paratrooper division here. I will promote him. I know he will lose his winter specialist and he'll only be a level 2, but at least he will be a field marshal, and I won't have to worry too much about the limits. I really like having big brute force attacks. Honestly, I'm really bad at coming up with puns, like, in the moment. So I'm gonna call these guys beer troopers. It's not the greatest pun ever. It's not even a pun. What am I talking about? I think it's time. This might be a terrible idea since the Finnish are actually pretty powerful on the defense. But we have to do it. We just have to, you know. There's no other option. The United Kingdom announces Balkan diplomatic initiative. They should stick to their own little sphere of influence. How dare they? It has finally happened. The British Raj has capitulated. I didn't notice. Japan has been doing quite a lot of pushing there. We've seen a bit of that. I was gonna say, oh, these guys are now surrounded. I mean, they're almost surrounded. We could potentially try our luck here, but I have my doubts. I mean, it would be really nice if we could surround these divisions, but they have a port at the moment. Helsinki is almost completely surrounded here. It seems like Turkey is sending volunteer divisions. We have bad supply lines, but it doesn't really matter. Actually, yeah, it does. The supplies in the north are terrible. I'm actually going to reduce this front line. Finland is only 94% of the way towards surrendering. I feel like we have to take Lappi or Sala there in order to actually win. Finland has capitulated. Oh, wow. That's loud. Right, I was going to choose a tech here, sorry. Ground support or air superiority. There's also tactical bomber, strategic bombing, but we're going to focus on battlefield support first. We can actually do all three of these, which is pretty okay. Actually, let me double check that. Yeah, this one doesn't have the double arrow. It's on this side. You have to choose between either one or the other. We have finally begun the assault in India as well. We're going to try to take Balochistan. I know that these aren't, we're not going to gain anything from it, but we might be able to surround all these divisions here. You know, I just realized something. I was looking at the United States and I was thinking, you know, it's going to be a wonderful day when we start the second Civil War. But apparently, the United States is still in the Civil War because the war has joined up with ours, and that means I can't actually stage a second one. It's extremely irritating, but it's the truth. And that means we're probably going to have to stop boosting popularity in the United States, because that won't actually give us any benefits. In fact, if they become fascist, they'll just gain more manpower. So that was very disappointing to discover. Typical British people. The United Kingdom exerts influence in Turkey. They appoint a special envoy, and now they actually gain democratic support plus 0.1. And then acceptance of democratic diplomacy plus 85. That is so irritating. But you know what? I just realized. It seems like Athens has fallen again. Let's send our troops down there instead and help out. Alright, let's see. What's happened so far? We're moving units up to Finland, or sorry, the Swedish border. I don't know about the supply here though. It might... Yeah, it's probably gonna be a little bit too such little supply up here, which is unfortunate, but we have a plan. And down here in India, we've actually finally broken through. There was just one American tank division sitting around, and then this Irish division came up, and we still defeated them with our 3 Mountaineer divisions. Also extremely worrying, but the support here in Turkey is falling, so we need to stage a coup right now. In fact, ooh, this is gonna cost us. Oh wow, how do we not have enough support? That's strange. Anyway, we need to stage a coup. Let's do it in the north, in Samsun. No, let's do it in starting in Trebizond here, so that we can sort of control and help them out. In order to actually make it through this, well, we might not actually need to change focus. I was going to say we're going to take away the focus, but we're not losing that much. The British Parliament debates intervention in the Benelux. Really? Well, it wouldn't really help you that much. I'm actually going to ask the Germans for control over Normandy, so that maybe we can start building things there ourselves, especially a radar station would be interesting. Hong Kong has actually fallen. Wait, what? I'm confused. Yeah, no, it says it's occupied by Japanese. Oh, but the British are trying to, or the Australians. Oh, New Zealand, sorry. New Zealand is trying to recapture it. Alright, all the production is underway here. We're gonna have a nice radar station on the Great Air Base and some rockets. I'm also building some air defense because that's totally necessary. And yeah, I think we're slowly. I mean, I know the AI has been buffed, but I have a feeling that it's still going to be quite easy to take the British Isle once everything here is done. However, that event will have to wait for the next episode. In the meantime, thank you so much for watching. This has been a great year. We'll see what happens next. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe if you haven't already. This has been Game Gapster. Farewell.